Hi, you're watching Internet Pulse. What if I told you that there are animals that can still live quite a long time after they die? As paradoxical as that sounds. Moreover, some dead creatures are even capable of attacking you and killing you easily. I present to your attention 5 animals that remain active after death. Let's go. Let's start with snakes. Some species of them can easily finish you off after you rip their head off. For example, check out this video of a guy decapitating a snake with a shovel, and it kept looking around and waiting to strike. Even in that state, the snake is capable of biting and injecting a lethal dose of venom a full hour after its head is severed. So we have a real zombie. Look at this footage. The severed head of the snake is biting its former body, which also continues to move after death. It's unclear whether the person in front of us is a masochist or a sadist. In 2016 in Tennessee, a severed snakehead bit a firefighter vacationing with his family in the countryside. The guy just wanted to throw away the head of the snake he had just killed and did not expect that it, being without a body, could bite him and inject venom. After the bite, the fireman felt his lips and throat burn. He took a few more steps, lost consciousness, and fell, hitting his head on a rock. It took rescuers over an hour to reach the victim, carry him out of the woods, and then fly him to the hospital by helicopter. Fortunately, the guy was saved, albeit with difficulty. But Chef Peng Fang from the southern Chinese province of Canton was much less fortunate. Once in a restaurant, he was preparing a special dish of Indo-Chinese rinkhals, which is considered a rare and exquisite delicacy. The chef was about to throw the snake's severed head, which had been cut off 20 minutes earlier, into the trash can, but it bit his hand and injected its deadly neurotoxic venom. The poor cook died before the ambulance arrived. Thus, the snake was able to take revenge after death for his murder. Unbelievable. Well, this is something out of the realm of the fantastic. This is a video of a snake eating itself. In fact, such cases occur quite often. But ask what makes the snake start the process of self-destruction? Turns out it's all about the sense of smell. Snakes unconditionally trust odors, and in vain they sometimes let it down a lot. When odorous food particles get on the tail of the reptile, it can consider its body as prey and immediately attack it. Countless snakes have died in this ridiculous way. For example, check out this video. Here the reptile's tail gave off the odor of an animal it had recently fed on. As a result, the venomous predator bit itself, and then it was off. But let's not divert from the subject of the video. The next animal that can easily kill you after its death is the octopus. In Korea and Japan, there are foodies who love to eat various raw mollusks. Among them, octopuses are the most dangerous as their legs move after being cut off, leading to various interesting consequences. The dish itself is prepared as follows. The octopus is seasoned with sesame oil and sesame seeds, after which it is cut into pieces and served. But the cheekbones of the animal can shrink for 3 hours after cutting. As we know, our hand cannot act on its own, as our brain controls its movements. However, in the octopus, the movements of its tentacles are controlled by the tentacles themselves, since more than half of the neurons of the octopus's central nervous system are located in the limbs. Thus, one eaten tentacle of this mollusk can easily cut off the air supply through the throat, which has already resulted in several deaths. Another dangerous example is eating a live octopus whole. The likelihood of dying increases exponentially. Often, such experiments are carried out by unprepared tourists, which can lead to unfortunate consequences. In Japan, there is even an amazing dish, dancing octopus. It is actually a squid, which after pouring soy sauce begins to twitch its tentacles due to a chemical reaction between the sauce and the cells of the sea creature. This releases free ions that tickle the nerve ends of the tentacles, making the squid dance. Eating squid can be just as dangerous as eating octopus. In 2012, a restaurant in South Korea had an incident that was both comical and very creepy. A woman was eating a squid that was not fully cooked, and in the process, the animal suddenly woke up and began fertilizing the mouth of the unfortunate restaurant customer. The squid managed to inject quite a lot of semen into her before she spit it out. The poor woman had to be hospitalized. And here we have the heart of a turtle, which is able to beat long after it's been ripped out. The hearts of reptiles, fish, birds, and mammals have their own pacemaker cells that take over when there are no signals from the brainstem. This ensures that the heart works for a while. Turtles are much more hardy in this respect. The frog, too, shows incredible survivability after death. Being decapitated, it can for quite a long time behave pretty much the same way as the one with the head. The first factor that gives frogs their zombie abilities is the reflex response, in which the necessary electrical impulses are triggered, allowing the muscles to stretch and contract. These reactions bypass the brain, which is different from the tickle response in humans. That is, in humans without a head, the body can never move in this way. Our behavior is completely dependent on the brain, and we are quite complex anatomically. Next, we have insects that live on after death. If some species of cockroaches have their heads ripped off, they will live for a couple more weeks and starve to death. Female fruit flies also have similar abilities. If you rip their head off, they will live for a few more days. The most striking thing is that being headless, they hold an upright position better than normal flies and can perform complex actions. For example, flying or walking. But even more striking is the fact that the males court the females they decapitate, who in turn perceive the suitors as a foreign stimulus. That's all for now. Don't forget to put a like, subscribe to the channel, and watch the previous 2 videos.